a second, guys.
Just adjusting. Oh.
Oh, okay.
What?
It's up.
It's up.
Yeah, it's up. Because that ringtone's going to be loud. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
All right. So.
Hey, y'all. Forgive us, okay? It's always a struggle, but you know what? We always get through it. So, we want to welcome everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. We want to welcome everybody to the show, to the Chit Chat Chew show, okay? So we want everybody to relax, enjoy yourself, have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a glass of wine, burn some candles, feel good, be in a good place mentally, and all that good stuff. So we got quite a few topics we're going to talk about today. So just flow with us.
Oh, we didn't tell them our names. We always got to introduce ourselves.
Of course. So, you know me as Aisha, Jade, whatever floats your boat, preferably Jade for the outsiders. But nevertheless, if you call me Aisha and I'm good with you, then okay. If not, stay on Jade, please.
Well, I'm on the same tip as her. I mean, if you know me personally, we're not like super tight, but if you know me personally, you know people call me Una. Some people call me Uno. They just think it's cool, or they can remember it easier. So, but for the show's sake and just for commonality, everybody know me as Uno, so call me Uno. That's what they call me. I'm the other co-host of Chit Chat Chew Show.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Okay, so this is totally off the subject, but
it's in the subject.
The word for today for me is, and if you have a word for today for me is, in general, if you take it personal, I don't even care at this time. I've had a good day today because I have not been feeling too well, but I'm in good space and good place today and got my Buddha earrings on. So yes, to the universe. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Namaste, Ashe, all blessings due. But my word for today is communication. That is my word for today. Communication. Woo, it is so, so, so important.
Yeah, that's very key for us right now.
Communication.
All the time.
Across the board.
Communication.
Okay. Communication, people.
Come on, we gotta do better.
That's all I gotta say with that. You take it personal, more than likely it's you.
Hey, it's on.
If you feel me, hey, then say you feel me. If you don't, you can say you don't either. So I just had to bring that out. I have to be my authentic self. And when my mind, my intuition says speak something, I'm going to speak it. And that's all I can say.
I just say people just need to communicate better. Make sure things are well thought out. And make sure, everybody's on the same page. People have an understanding. That way both sides know where each other coming from. Because if one side don't know what's going on, then there's always going to be some misunderstanding, confusion. And then it's going to be a problem. So, yeah, what she said, communication, key. Please do better, work on that. Okay, we done.
So I hope everybody have had a good weekend. And I hope that you're having a good day. If not, I hope it turns into a better day. So we're just going to jump right on into this. So I found an article. Cam Newton is a football player, for those that may not know. So it says Cam Newton tells GQ that he doesn't face discrimination because the United States is beyond racism. Okay. Love to know your thoughts on that one. So he was featured in the GQ magazine for the September issue. In the magazine, he opens up about everything, his style, his game, and even race in America. So his comments on the latter, however, have many wondering if he lives in the same America as the rest of us.
Shit, dude. Well, we're planning on. As a black man, I mean, he's in the sunken place for real. Like, that fool there is definitely in the sunken place. But continue.
Cam was asked if he felt the criticism he receives on and off the field is due to the fact that he's a black quarterback. Okay, I don't want this to be about race because it's not. Like, we're beyond that as a nation. quote unquote. That's what he says. GQ says, you really think so? He says, yeah, I mean, you bring it to people's attention, but after that, that's it. I'll let you be the judge. I don't look at it like that, he told GQ. I look at it like some people have certain beliefs, and I have my own beliefs, and we can agree to disagree on certain things. But this is what makes sports so amazing, that we can start a discussion around a table in the newspaper, in the magazines, that will get people's attention, and that's what sports does. So, what do you think about that?
Again, he's in the second place. He's out of touch with reality, especially him being a black man. You know, he should know what time it is. There's just really no getting around the racism in America or across the world at that. You know, I think he's full of shit. I think he's saying that to cover himself and to stay in good graces with the sports establishments. Now, I do understand people have their own mind, people have their own opinions, people are going to feel how they feel, and you can't change that. And everybody doesn't agree on the same thing. People have their own beliefs. I get that too. But at the same time, just because you live in a world where you have fame and success doesn't mean racism went away. You know, just because you're in a different space, before you made it, doesn't mean you can't ever go through racism. He's just so excluded from his ties with his own people. He's to a point where he just don't have any understanding. Well, really, he's not trying to have any understanding, But I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. He's just, but that's how a lot of black entertainers are like that, once they make it, they forget who they are, they forget where they come from, they oblivious to the obvious ills in our country, as far as racism and prejudice, and even class, But I guess when you get money and you break yourself away from that. And that, I think a lot of times with the entertainers, they have to be careful because, these companies are offer contracts. I don't care what area of entertainment you're in, when they offer you these contracts, they want to change your mindset. They want to change your outlook on things. They want you to act a certain way. They want you to be a certain way, They don't want you to be yourself or have any knowledge of self. So, Cam Newton just don't have no knowledge of self. But since I said knowledge of self, he doesn't have knowledge of self. He doesn't know who he is. I don't know if he's studied history, what our people have been through, but obviously he hasn't studied anything. So he doesn't know shit. He just talking to be talking and have no idea what the hell he's talking about. So it's a bunch of nonsense, and I can't get with that coon shit. He just coon. That's all. That's my feelings on it and my thoughts. How about yourself?
I mean, ditto to a lot of what you're saying. I just, like you said, and no for the non-blacks, or no for the blacks that think that, there's racism going on in this world. It never stopped. It's always been going on, in my opinion. And no, do I think every white person is racist? No, but I believe enough are. Do I think that some of my black community is racist? I won't say racist. I will say very prejudiced, to the fact that I also feel that they're coons as well. This is not scripted, because we can definitely have our own different opinions.
Right.
But with everything that has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, and for you to feel like you don't see racism and isms going on, you slow. And I don't care if he is a professional football player or not.
Yeah.
I kind of tend to think he's a sellout.
He is a sellout.
And, you know, he has his money, he has his fame, his fortune, and it's looking good for him. But guess what? I feel like at any time, at a drop of a dime, it can be all taken away from him. He could lose all of that fame and fortune, and it sounds good, and having pictures, and you know, in GQ and other magazines and all of that, and then what? Honestly, I feel like
then all of a sudden he want to be, you know, that's how a lot of times it is. You know, a brother lose money, especially in that entertainment world, and all of a sudden they conscious now.
Right.
The irony of that.
something on your face. I'm sorry.
Oh,
My
sorry.
fault.
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
we do that.
and all of a sudden, they get the picture now, cause now you know the white people that supply you the money has taken it from underneath your feet. Now,
He's being a good boy and doing what they saying.
yeah, pretty much. Like you said, he sold out. Yes, he did. You know.
So one of the other questions from GQ was, do you feel like football fans are racist towards you? And he said it's not racism. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
That is racism.
He says, so if it's not that, what is it, do you think? He says, I'll let you be the judge. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like some people have certain beliefs, and I have my own beliefs, and we can agree to disagree on certain things, as I read before. By this is what makes sports so amazing, that we can start a discussion around a table in the newspaper, in the magazines, that will get people's attention, and that's what sports does. And it says, in January, right before the Super Bowl, you said, I'm an African-American quarterback. That may scare a lot of people because they haven't seen nothing that they can compare me to. He says, I don't want this to be about race. It's not. Like, we're beyond that as a nation. GQ said, you really think so? He says, yeah, I mean, you bring it to the people's attention, but after that, that's it. And it goes on to say a lot of different things. It says, is this why you wanted to wear it for a photo shoot? He's wearing, I guess, like a hoodie. He's wearing like a hoodie, yeah. He says, I know what I do. I know why I do certain things, and it's because how it makes me feel. I'm comfortable in a lot of things that I wear, and wearing a hoodie happens to be one of those things. So it's a long article that we'll definitely post up, and you can read further at your leisure if you choose to, because we do have other subjects to touch.
Yes, we have a lot to touch, so we're not gonna spend time
you know,
on one thing.
His thing. Here's a quick one. He says, do you have an opinion on Donald Trump? He says, I don't. I think he's an unbelievable business person. That's probably it. But outside of my personal belief, that's just, you know, my personal belief.
Oh, I mean.
So, okay, that's fine. And so he again, we have, it's a long article in GQ, which we will post. But I just happened to run across that and was like, I just wanted to kind of touch base on it because, yeah, I just think he's asleep. Seriously.
He's very asleep. And if he does have some awareness of what's going on in America, he doesn't want to deal with those issues. You know, he'd rather just be in his bubble and think, you know, everybody gets along and everything is fine, and he doesn't want to see what's in front of his face. And hey, you know, everybody not built for this freedom, justice, equality conscious shit. Everybody's not built for that, you know. And he's definitely one of them. That coon is not built for it. I mean, I give him his props as far as a player. You know, he's a good player. You know, but when it comes to social issues or any political issues, any kind of social or political commentary, he does not need to speak on. Okay, and for him to talk about America, like he's so proud of I'm sure he's proud of the flag and all that great stuff in his eyes. But America has done nothing for him and his ancestors whatsoever. Nothing for black race. We know what that flag is built on. It's built out the back of our ancestors. The blood, sweat, tears, okay? What you think that represents? Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna get deep with it. I'm good. All right, next thing. I wanted to speak on Colin Kaepernick since we're talking about Cam Newton sports, and so tie it all in the whole Colin Kaepernick situation. If I'm sure you guys remember when he took a knee last year. That was last year. Right. Yeah, that was last year. If you guys are not abrupt with that, I will read a little bit so you can get familiar, okay? All right, so read a little tidbit from Los Angeles Times here. So, in anticipation of a Chargers opponent sitting out the national anthem Thursday night in San Diego, a spirited, if unfocused debate raged from sea to shining sea. When the moment finally came, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick took a knee and was booed at the Qualcomm Stadium. After the anthem, sung by U.S. Navy Petty Officer Stephen Powell, fans chanted USA, USA. Kaepernick, who was joined by teammate Eric Reed in his protest, stood up from his spot near the sideline, and another teammate, cornerback Rashad Robinson, hugged him. Fans continued to boo Kaepernick, who began the game by leading the 49ers on a 16-play, 85-yard touchdown drive, completing 6 of 8 passes for 58 yards and rushing twice for 30 yards. San Francisco went on to win the game. So after all that happened, of course, when the game was over, they had press in the back room with Colin Kaepernick. He gave his opinions on taking a knee, taking his stance on social issues and politics, what the national anthem means to him, how the system, is against black people, and he was just taking a stand. He was standing his truth, and doing it for black people, So what he said in the back room, and then before that taking a knee, sparked a lot of controversy and people was upset. Some people supported him, some people didn't, because we know a lot of white America didn't support Colin Kaepernick because they're very patriotic, and that flag means so much to them. So that whole controversy, I wanted to tell you a few people, celebrities, because celebrities chimed in. J. Cole's definitely a big supporter of Colin Kaepernick. Chris Brown supported him. I wanted to pull up, actually. I want to pull up, because I want to drop some names, okay?
My Semite.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, now.
Thanks, Stephanie McLean. Appreciate you watching. If you have some comments, definitely don't be afraid to leave them on here. There's no right or wrong answer. It's your opinion, your thought, whatever we're speaking on. If you feel like you want to, leave a comment, definitely know you can.
Feel free to.
Yep.
We do not care. We love the feedback. Okay, so here's a few celebrities who supported Colin Kaepernick. So we have J. Cole, I just said that, okay? Trey Songz, which he did speak on Colin Kaepernick. Because with J. Cole, he wore a Colin Kaepernick jersey for one of his performances. If y'all seen the pictures floating on social media, you know what I'm talking about. Chris Brown, of course. Actually, Chris Brown sat during the singing of the national anthem at a celebrity basketball game. Okay, on 9/11 at that. John Legend. You know, John Legend at times he's actually vocal about social injustice and what goes on in America, and he's vocal about Trump, so that's no surprise there. John Carlos, Jabari Parker, he's an NBA player. W. Camus Bell, he's a comedian. Steph Curry. Another Semite.
Another Semite.
he applauded. He applauded Colin Kaepernick, and you know he was hoping that you know what he did would drive conversation, and you know as far as bettering equality and treatment of black people, you know a lot better treatment for black people. So he spoke on it. Spike Lee, of course. I mean that's a given. I mean because we know what Spike Lee stand on. You know, especially the movies he came out with, you know, I mean, as far as the timeline when he first started to now, so we know where he stand with that. So he's definitely in support, and he definitely gave remarks on what happened. Megan Rapinoe, she's a soccer player. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I mean, that's a no-brainer there, too, you know. We know what Kareem Abdul stood on back in the day during when Muhammad Ali was fighting. So, you know, the brother, he's definitely for black. So, yeah. Chuck D, of course, we know that, you know. T.I. T.I. is always vocal about social injustice and just, you know, supporting black people and speaking out for black people. So, you know, I commend him always. I respect his stance on everything. Tina Knowles, Lawson, yeah, definitely, because, you know, I noticed with Tina Knowles, Beyonce and Solange Knowles' mother, I do notice she instilled a lot of, you know, black empowerment in them, you know, because you can see it through their music.
Yeah,
right. How they operate, the things. If it's not music, even like when they just speaking or they doing something. So, yeah, she definitely talked to them about themselves. You can definitely tell, you know, and black empowerment. So I commend that. Barack Obama, I had to say that was a fucking surprise. Because let's be honest, because when he was in office, he didn't really speak too much on black issues. So I was kind of thrown off by that. You know, I thought he was going to actually be against Colin Kaepernick. But hey, you know, some people will surprise you. And that's a few there. I'm going to see, because I think I have...
And while you're looking, real quickly, I want to thank Bree. Hey, Bree, how you doing?
What's going on,
Definitely
Bree?
appreciate you. Thank you for sending all of that love that you send to us. We definitely appreciate you. We send well wishes to you, send well wishes to Stephanie. And, you know, if y'all definitely have some comments on, you know, the topics and the discussions that we're going to be having during our show, please feel free to post it up on here. Your thoughts and your opinions are just what it is.
Absolutely, and we definitely accept all comments, opinions, thoughts, feedback. It doesn't matter. Another person, Susan Sarandon, supports Colin Kaepernick. Okay, so she bought a football jersey during that time when the event happened. She supports him because he's kneeling during the national anthem, but he's doing something that started conversation, dialogue that needs to be held about the roots of this country, which is true. And she added that she's sorry he faces a lot of hate, but You know,
from everyone.
From everyone.
Including the black race.
Which is sad.
Which is very sad. Like, where they do that at?
Come on. If any race, we should understand very well.
Why do we like to be so damn closed-minded? Why can't we at least be open to hear? For some of us. Like, you know, if we do anything that's outside of the box or outside of the norm, oh, you got to be quiet because, you know, mister's going to come get us.
As if he ain't been getting us all this damn time.
All this
time.
Right. We need to stand for something. You talk about how we as a black community, an Asiatic community, however you want to identify, how we don't do stuff, or how we need to take a stand. So when our brothers and our sisters, our blacks and our brown brothers and sisters stand up, y'all have an issue. It sounds like you're doing some damn double standard talking. So what do you suppose that we do? Because please don't tell me, let's just be in a damn circle and pray. No.
They're scared. That's all it is. It's
please
fear.
Don't say we just, you know, I don't have a problem with the protesting. My thing is, let's get to some solutions.
Right.
That's my thing. I want to get to
and support the brother.
And support him.
All these black NFL players should be supporting Colin Kaepernick. There shouldn't even be no issue with this shit.
Quite honestly,
what is the problem?
I mean, quite honestly, I have taken myself away from certain groups, and it kind of, you know, like Toastmasters. Gotta be honest. You know, I like Toastmasters, but completely forgot that in their bylaws or in their law, you know, they stand up and say Pledge of Allegiance. I don't do that, you know, of my choice. I don't, that Pledge of Allegiance, I got a problem with it. I'm like my Semite, Colin. No. I'm not going to stand on something that I don't.
That was very detrimental to our
that
people.
I don't believe in.
Right.
And when I went to the last Toastmasters, surprisingly, it was about 3 of us, maybe 4 of us, that didn't believe in it. And I wish that could change and make, I don't know, have something universal. Maybe have like a moment of silence type of thing.
Right.
I mean, Toastmasters itself is a wonderful experience, but
I think that should be removed out of their bylaws.
But that saying the Pledge of Allegiance, I'm just not there. Do
because everybody don't believe in the same thing.
Right. Exactly.
That's the thing.
Everybody don't believe
That's why they should remove
in the same thing.
Out their bylaws.
You know? So, but yeah, that was a little discerning. But okay.
I mean, was it any problem for us other people when y'all didn't, stand up for it or pledge allegiance?
I mean, quite honestly, no one really said nothing except for, well, if that's your, you know, your stance on it or your belief, then, you know, so be it. But, you know, this is Toastmasters bylaws, and so I just kind of have to step back. And I like Toastmasters, but I'm sure there's other things that I can get myself, you know, interested in, because, you know, I don't see them changing it at all. So, but as a, you know, a growing conscious Asiatic woman, things change. Things are changing. Yeah. I'm seeing things differently, and I'm evolving in something. I'm evolving totally different. So I don't want to back down from my word, and it's so sad because our black and brown people, they could believe in something, and the minute somebody say, well, if you do that, this is, you know, kind of what's going to happen. Stand on your ground. Stand to your truth.
Don't listen to your own people who say, you know, you should do this, you should comply with that. Because they're only in fear and they want you to be, you know, quiet so it won't harm them. But you got to stand in your truth, man. You got to stand your ground, like you said, man. You can't back down from it, man. You got to be real with it, man. You got to stand for something. You'll fall for anything. And,
absolutely. And
as we see with NFL, with these black quarterbacks and, well, just players. I'm just saying players. NFL players, you can clearly see where they fucking stand. And I'm not saying it in a positive way. They don't stand for nothing. Everybody's for themselves. It's about the money. It's about security. When I mean security, I mean financially, emotionally.
Right, because they're afraid if they say something, they're going to
lose everything.
They're going to lose everything, and they're accustomed and they're used to.
They're comfortable, man.
They're comfortable.
They're very
in that.
comfortable.
They're comfortable
They
in
love
having
that
money, that fame, that fortune. Yeah.
But here's the catch to it, though. Actually, you're not losing nothing. You know why? Because just think about this. Just think about this, y'all. And you fucking NFL players. Think about if you stood with Colin Kaepernick. I'm saying the entire NFL league, I don't care what team it is, all the brothers stood with Colin Kaepernick. They all was in sync. They did everything to support Colin Kaepernick, and they all just left the league, including the fans too. I'm saying the black fans, even the black coaches, because there's black coaches in the NFL. If all black people left the league entirely, do you know what that would do to the NFL establishment in its entirety? Do you know that there is no more NFL because they need all the black players? They don't want to make the money for these companies.
Exactly.
So if y'all talk about fucking black economics, right? Y'all talk about black power, support each other, and all this stuff, right?
Let's collaborate and network together and start Black Wall Street.
Right.
Right.
You talk about you want to make a change, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if all you guys live, you got the white people where you want them. Now they got to listen to your demands. Cause you got to hit them in their pockets. You ain't got to say nothing. Just hit them in their pockets. And you'll get, something's going to be accomplished. Believe that. Because they can't afford to lose a lot of money. Do you know how much money they make in the NFL?
Exactly.
They make loads of money in the NFL. And where they going to find this talent so damn fast? Even if they all left, where they going to find all this talent so quickly? I doubt that's going to happen like that. But the players think, oh man, if I go against the establishment, man, they're going to replace me and I'm not going to have none. That's not necessarily so. They can't just, what they're going to do, grab somebody off the street and say play? Doesn't work like that. You have to go through a whole process and ritual. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, I just, our people they really have to take accountability and responsibility and do fucking better, man. Everybody talking about blackness and black, pro-black and all this stuff, and I support black and you black power. No, your actions don't show that. Because if it did, you would have stood with him, no matter what. No matter if you agree with him or not, you still should have stood by the man. Because this is a struggle that all y'all in together. Especially us as a race, we all in this together, man. It shouldn't be where he's fucking out there by himself. He left the fucking, dry, left hanging to dry. Like, he's just left out there to get slaughtered by the dogs. And nobody does nothing because everybody's suffering for their fucking suffers. Like, every man for themselves and like, the hell with you. I got mines. Because motherfuckers want to play safe. No. We got to cut that, man. We got too much cooning going on. And it's not cute. And what y'all don't know, look how y'all look to the world doing that. People, other people looking at that? And you all supposed to be black gods? That's what y'all supposed to be? Y'all ain't acting like it. And let's be real on this too. That's why some black women don't respect y'all. And that's a damn shame. I'm going to get to this part too, by the whole Michael Vick thing. It's a damn shame if your wife got to call you out on your fuckery. You know you fucked up. And there was another football player, I forgot his name, I have the article here. The wife called him out. So what that's telling you? You wonder why these black women don't respect y'all. You ain't got no fucking backbone. What they want with a weak ass man? They might well go on a white man with all that. I'm just keeping it real. So, I mean, y'all got to tighten up, man. You can get some balls, man. I don't know what you're going to do. You read some books, get you some inspiration, get you in some Elijah Muhammad, some Marcus Garvey. I don't know what you're going to do, but y'all better toughen up, man. All this weak shit it just ain't working, man. This is ridiculous. Like,
it is. It really is.
All this cooning I've been seeing going on, I'm like, oh my God, like, y'all serious right now. And I respect Shannon Sharp, man. Like, he's sticking to his guns, man. He's standing ground. He's speaking truth, and he's standing in his truth. And he don't steer away from it. And I respect him a whole lot for that. And that damn coach, Hugh Jackson, with the Cleveland Browns, because I know Marshawn Lynch, he sat down for the national anthem. Mm-hmm. Now, he had a comment on that, and any player that wants to follow behind him for a great cause. And here he come with the cooning, talking about, I won't lie that on my team, that, you can't make that choice for them. I mean, now, if you don't want to do that, you want to play safe, and you want to be in good graces of your slave masters, that's fine. But you don't dictate to another grown man what they should do. Mm-hmm. They have their own minds. If they want to fight for something, if anything, you should be giving them some advice, some help, some pointers, some solutions, or something. Mm-hmm. Who the hell are you speaking for them? Who said they agree with you? Obviously they don't. Marshawn sat down.
True.
I'm over it. I'm just gonna read the last few here. So, like I said, Susan Sarandon was one who supports him. There's a few other people. Wait a minute. Steve Harvey, surprisingly, that coon. That's a whole nother conversation. But
that's one of them look good.
Right, look good. Because he's been cutting up in the headlines for quite a while. Of disrespecting the people in Detroit, Michigan with the Flint water crisis. I mean, John Leguizamo supports Colin Kaepernick.
I'm stepping away, y'all.
Charlie Sheen actually supports Colin Kaepernick. Gabrielle Union supports Colin Kaepernick. And those are just a few. Now, I'm going to tell you the ones who didn't support Colin Kaepernick when he took a knee. Which is right.
It's so sad. So,
here it is.
If you stand with Colin Kaepernick, put in #I'm with Cap. Again, if you stand for Colin Kaepernick,
#I'm with Cap.
#I'm with Cap. Put that in the comment box. If you don't, that's okay. That's you. That's where you at.
Absolutely. So, Fat Joe does not support Colin Kaepernick and is taking a knee. I remember that story. He just basically said, having thought about it, he's not with the protest of the national anthem. He actually deleted the typo post. So, he's talking about soldiers died for our freedom, not cops. Why disrespect them? Okay, that's a whole nother conversation. Shaq does not support Colin Kaepernick. Not surprised there. He was basically saying that he believes that Kaepernick's freedom to express himself as well as his right, which is true, to protest, but he also probably pointed out that his father was a military man. He protected his country. He said his uncles are law enforcement. They go out and work hard every day. There are other ways to get your point across. So he questioned Kaepernick's motivation and timing. He asked him questions like, "What happened last year? How come he decided to do this he didn't do this last year or the year before, the year before that?" It's just stupid stuff he was saying, and there's actually a video of that. So if you watch Fox News, there's footage of it. Rob Lowe does not support Colin Kaepernick. Scott Baio does not support Colin Kaepernick. Jay Moore does not support Kaepernick. Kate Upton does not support Colin. Who else? Of course, this idiot, Dr. Ben Carson. I mean, well, we knew that.
Why is he even existing?
Right. Where did he come from?
Where did he come from? Oh my
Carson
God.
Cut, he actually been out for a while, but y'all
He
know
has.
what? If y'all remember, he wasn't on this kick though. He was a conscious brother.
Mm-hmm.
Something went wrong somewhere. You know, I guess he sold out and he decided he want to play the good boy. And now his whole mentality changed. Because he wasn't always on this.
Mm-mm.
He wasn't no coon at first.
Mm-mm.
Now, where did this guy come from? He's just all over the place. No comment on that. Chris Pratt, Kurt Schilling, I'm guessing that's how you say his last name. Bill Murray doesn't support him. Tony Stewart, Kid Rock. I mean, that's a fucking given. He basically said he had a performance. The song was called Born Free. He actually kneeled. He was, mocking Colin Kaepernick. He said, fuck Colin Kaepernick in front of the crowd. So, I mean, of course, he has a long history of supporting the troops and the flag and the Confederate flag, and he's a country boy. He's a redneck. So I mean, that's not surprising. So I'm not tripping about that. Mike Ditka. So those are the people that does not support Colin Kaepernick, and I wanted to read this article about another person who does not support Colin Kaepernick. He had a lot of words to say on Twitter. Okay, James Woods. All right. So James Woods, a few tweets he had. Now remember I just I was mentioning about the Colin Kaepernick backroom coverage when the press was in there. He gave his opinions about taking the knee, the national anthem, and stand up for black people and their rights, and doing some activism, right? So he says, James Woods, difficult to argue with an actual video, and I'm guessing that's that video. And James Woods posted this picture of Colin Kaepernick. It's a cartoon picture. It says, the modern symbol of oppression in America. And then there's a quote. It's a call-out quote. It's, oh, say, can you see? And then it's Colin Kaepernick holding a bag of money. It says $11.9 million NFL contract. And it has a chain bond to his foot. So he posted that, whatever that's supposed to mean. But I guess he said hashtag, he wants to boycott that. The picture and just everything Colin Kaepernick stands on. And then he says, does anyone have a list of his endorsement sponsors? Relentlessly boycotted sponsors. And then that's just that. It was some crazy shit. And then he said, he says, don't tarnish our flag by standing. Upon the time in America Star challenged Kaepernick on Twitter, just stay where you choose to be with your worthless ass in the mud. I'm not going to stand up to show pride in the flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. That's what Colin Kaepernick said in that back room coverage, okay? And he also says, the quarterback, to me, this is bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave and getting away with murder. Then Kaepernick later said he will continue to sit through national anthem at games until he feels that there's significant change and that the American flag represents what it's supposed to represent. So that's his stance. James Wood just totally wants to boycott Colin Kaepernick. And I mean, I'm not surprised by that. So I just wanted to read that quick little article on that. So, I mean, so what's your thoughts on all these people I just mentioned and their feelings on Colin Kaepernick's stance on taking a knee on that national anthem?
I mean, again, for those people who, take a stand with him, kudos to you. You're not afraid to be in your own truth. That's how you feel about it. You're supporting Colin, and respect to you. For those who don't, I mean, again, that's their opinion. Everybody not gonna ride with them. So I mean, I get that. You're not gonna ride with them. You're not gonna ride with them, and it's really, we don't even have time to focus on why they don't ride. We have to focus on moving forward and how can we continue to not only support him but be proactive as well. A lot of those names, it does not even surprise me. A lot of them, I mean, they're Republican.
Oh yeah.
They ride with Trump.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean that is what it is. So I definitely, you know, I support him. I stand with it. I'm gonna get on that one knee.
Oh yeah. Cordell Stewart. That's another football player who said some coonery stuff.
Did you know if I was done or not?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, do your thing.
No, I'm done.
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
No, I was done with my.
No, because I want you to read that. I see you got something about the NYPD cops.
I'm gonna read it when you're done. With what you had to say.
Oh, I'm not gonna say nothing to you.
Okay, so we're not gonna have a moment of silence. Okay, so that's my thoughts on that. I stand with him. That's my personal opinion. I'm good with it. You don't have to, because I'm not asking you to agree. I'm not asking anyone to agree. Again, it's everyone's opinion on where you at. I just want to be in a position to move forward to make it better, and how we as Chit Chat Chew and individually can do something. Mm-hmm. So, but
did you want to have a moment of silence? I would love to.
Sure. Before I go into this little article, so for you guys that's on, if you'd like to have a moment of silence with us in support of Colin Kaepernick, hashtag I stand with Cap, we're going to do this. Okay? Moment of silence. Ashe. So I want to read this article from the New York Daily News. And Frank Serpico, NYPD cops rally for Colin Kaepernick in Brooklyn. Because Colin Kaepernick took a knee, these cops have his back. Law enforcers, past and present, turned out this past Saturday in a show of support for the controversial NFL quarterback whose public stance against racism and police violence preceded his current unemployment. What Colin Kaepernick did is try to bring awareness in this nation, unfortunately has ignored far too long, said NYPD Sergeant Edwin Raymond, who helped organize the Brooklyn event. And that's the issue of racism in America and policing in America. We decided to gather here today because of the way he's being railroaded for speaking the obvious truth. Cap, who's 29, finds himself without an NFL job so far this year after he began kneeling during the national anthem before games last season. Supporters insist his quarterback was blackballed over his politics. Dozens of NYPD officers joined Raymond in wearing black shirts with the logo hashtag I'm with Cap. City Council member Jumaine Williams opted for a red Kaepernick jersey. Near the end of the rally, all involved raised their fists and took a synchronized knee in support of the one-time San Francisco starter. Veteran quarterback Cap remains unsigned after opting out of his contract with the 49ers, even after announcing he would stand for the anthem this year. Current NFL players, both black and white, showed their backing of the polarizing player during exhibition games this year. Philadelphia Eagles safety Malcolm Jenkins, an African American, raised his fists during the Star-Spangled Banner last week as white teammate Chris Long stood with an arm wrapped around him. The assembled police officers were joined by other Cap backers just 3 weeks before the kickoff of the NFL season. The fact that this man is no longer in the NFL has nothing to do with stats on the football field, but for taking a knee and pointing out some of the flaws that have been tormenting people of color in this country for decades, says Darius Gordon of the Justice League NYC. So there's also I can just it's quick it's a short one.
Oh, good.
Speaker Stanley Fritz of Citizen Action of New York echoed the suggestion that Cap was barred over his politics. Colin took a knee because so many black and brown bodies have seen violence put against them with no repercussions, said Fritz. And because of that, despite his obvious ability to play on the field, he's being blocked from joining the team. Legendary NYPD whistleblower Frank Serpico returned to his native borough to add his voice in backing Cap. I am here to support anyone who has the courage to stand up against injustice, and oppression anywhere in this country and the world, said the 81-year-old former detective. So my hats go off to those who are backing him. I am a backer. Hashtag I am with Cap with the fist up.
I'm with Cap. Hashtag.
And hey, don't forget the hashtag. If you don't hashtag, there's no hate. It's you. But again, like Uno said, if we don't stand for something, we're gonna fall for everything. Because I really get tired of people, and I know we have so much more to talk about. Because I just it's a pet peeve. I really get tired of, especially my community, my black and brown bodies. You run your damn mouth so much. And I'm not saying all, but to those who would apply to, stop running your mouth. Stop being so scared. If we can put our minds together, if we can come together as a community, be strong, do you know how that's going to make other races feel? I'm not racist, and I'm not saying that all white people are racist, nor am I saying any other communities are all racist. But we do know the fact that there is racism that exists in this world, in this country. So we have to deal with it. We got to deal with it. We're seeing our brothers and our sisters get killed on a daily. Seriously. Of all ages, young and old. And there's definitely something else besides getting in a circle praying.
Yeah.
How would you feel if that's your family member? Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your child, your children. How would you feel? Would you want to get in the circle and do some damn kumbaya? Personally, I'm not. I rides with mine.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I don't care if we disagree, but I ride with mine. And if I'm close to you like that, I'm going to ride with you. And I expect the same back. So we have to make some type of conscious decision to do something. Be proactive. Don't just sound good.
Be about it.
Be about it. Have your word is your bond. I'm old school. Your word is your bond.
But
so,
people don't honor that.
But
though.
people
they
don't.
Just talk.
People don't honor. They
Black
don't.
People, we good for talking.
We don't.
Man.
We don't honor that, and it's so sad.
Much. That's our problem. We talk too damn much.
It's really, really sad. But yeah. So I'm Cap. Hashtag I stand with Cap.
I stand with Cap. I stand with.
So
I commend him what he did. He took a knee. I respect that. I gotta give credit where it's due, man. Because honestly, he didn't have to do that.
No.
He could have just been quiet, getting his money, worried about himself, and going by everyday life. But the brother's obviously got some knowledge of self. He's conscious of, himself, what's going on, his people, and he just said something, and it's the spirit in him. So, I gotta respect that, man. And I just wish a lot of black players fall behind him.
Right.
But.
They don't. So guess what? We gotta keep pushing forward.
Absolutely.
Just like this other sister that she a strong sister too. Yep. Takia Thompson. Yes, that's a strong sister, honey.
Yeah.
Yes, my hat go off to her too.
Yeah. You about to read that?
She stood for something. If you want to read something,
no, I'm
you
gonna
go
let
read
you
it.
read that. You got the story right on there. Okay. Yeah, you did. Do your
So
thing.
just,
Before you do get into
Go
that,
ahead, go ahead.
I wanted to say too. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched those interviews with Ray Lewis and Michael Vick, but they've said some very distasteful things about Colin Kaepernick.
Who did?
Michael Vick and
And
Ray
he got
Lewis.
some damn type of nerve talking about somebody. Really? Wow.
Yeah, and just the same guy who also had braids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they probably thought he looked like a thug.
Right.
And he got caught with the dog fighting, and he lost his big contract with the Falcons, and they buried it. Well, the white establishment in the NFL buried this man under the ground. He went to jail for like a few years.
And it's a felon, right? Wasn't that a felon?
Yeah, that was a felony.
A felony? Mm-hmm.
And he was dropped from the Falcons, and he was a nobody.
Right.
After that incident. Well, after that incident. So, he, of course, he had to beg to get his job as a football player back, and now he's playing with another team, but he don't have the same attitude like he used to. I'm saying presence. He got the success, but it's just the presence. The money either. They gave him a second chance, but it's just the fact that of all people, Michael Vick should have understood. And then you get on fucking national TV and say he should cut his hair. Niggas, you crazy? Like, where do you get off at? Like, you have no room to talk about nobody. Same thing with Ray Lewis. Where the fuck do you get off at? Like, it just is the same guy that was charged for murder. And you know what? My brother told me that is the reason why Atlanta has, how clubs here used to be open till 5, 6 a.m. in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it closes early, because of him. Bet y'all didn't know that, did you?
Mm.
Him and Diddy. That's why clubs close early. Because of the foolery that they was bringing here to the city. But it's the fact that, he got caught in that murder case. And he definitely compromised his football career. And he has the audacity to speak on Colin Kaepernick's stance on injustice in this country. Colin Kaepernick didn't kill nobody. Colin Kaepernick ain't abused no animals. He didn't shoot anyone. He didn't steal anything. He didn't do anything of the sort. All he did was take a knee. Now it's a big fucking uproar. You talking, Ray Lewis, not Ray. Michael Vick talking about cutting his hair, but okay, but ain't there's a few white players that have wild hair. You telling them to cut their hair? So yeah, it didn't make no sense what he said. So Shannon Sharp gave his feelings on that, and I'm glad he said what he said about Michael Vick. He right. Of all people, he should know. He should understand. You would think he would said nothing like that. I'm like, wow, really? Like, you actually got on national TV and said that? Like, just cut your hair, just do what they say, and, so you can get back in the league and play again, like. And Ray Lewis, the same, pretty much the same kind of talk, it's not, basically it's not time, place for that, and okay, it's cool that he said that, he get what Colin Kaepernick did and he commendable and all that, but doesn't excuse the fact that you have a problem with what he did, with what Colin Kaepernick did. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there before you got into the whole Takaya Thompson thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are some brothers that said what they said. And there was another brother, before you get into that, there was one more brother that said something. His name was... Here it is right here. I got it. There was one more brother that said something. His name is Cordell Stewart. He says to Kaepernick, you should stop being so loud about his social activism. I'm like, he don't get his coon ass out of here. Another one sucking on the master titty just to keep a job. And that Hugh Jackson guy.
Getting fed that breastfed white milk.
Man. So, I mean,
I know a lot of people not going to want to be bothered with me no more. They're going to be like, girl. But, you know, you can take it for what it is.
Right. Take it for what it is, man.
Take it for what it is.
Talk about he don't think it's the owners. Is in Colin Kaepernick's mind. Is he serious? So you saying Colin Kaepernick is delusional? That's what you're saying. And the white establishment is just not doing these sort of things to Colin Kaepernick. The man has no job now because he spoke out about how he felt. I mean, this is the thing. I'm not mad at the NFL establishment. I totally get what they was gonna do anyway. I mean, that was a given. I understand that part. I expect them to do that. But to have your own people against you is worse. It's disappointing and fucking sad. So let's move the fuck on. Yeah. I'm
in your feelings.
Yeah, I'm in my feelings about these Negroes. I'm sick of these damn coons. Y'all do all this cooning. What do you get out of it? You look dumb. Anyway, go on to the story. I'm sorry, but go on to the story. I'm glad Kareem Abdul-Jabbar stood by Colin Kaepernick.
Definitely.
He said, don't tell Colin Kaepernick to stick to sports.
Absolutely.
That's what he told the establishment.
Absolutely.
So I always respect the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So much respect to him.
Definitely. Much
Black
respect
power,
to
brother.
him.
Black power. All right. Go on to the story, baby. Woo!
Let Jesus be a fence, hunty. Before I go in, I also want to thank Joshua Compton, who has tuned in to us. Thank you so much, big brother, for
Appreciate you, Josh.
watching us today. So, yes. So, if you haven't been familiar, more recently also, they had the whole craziness with Charlottesville, Virginia.
No, what was it? I thought, was it North Carolina?
I'm sorry, with Durham.
Yeah,
North Carolina.
Yeah.
My apologies. We got a Shiro right here.
Shiro Black Power. All right,
Freedom
sister.
fighter, Takia Thompson.
All right.
She's set to appear in court, but you can help her with her legal fees.
I got an update on that, so I'm going to let you read that.
So, just kind of backtracking off of her. She's a 22-year-old college student and activist. Takia Thompson was arrested yesterday. This was put out, August 16th. She had been arrested. Of course, she's not locked up anymore. But she was arrested following her participation in the removal of a Confederate monument in Durham, North Carolina. I'm tired of white supremacy keeping its foot on my neck and the necks of people who look like me, Thompson said at a news conference. That statue glorifies the conditions that oppressed people live in, and it had to go. While in custody for her protests against white supremacy, Thompson was charged with 2 felonies and 2 misdemeanors related to property damage during a riot and inciting property damage during a riot. Each felony carries the potential prison sentence of 25 months and 41 months. Thompson was released sometime last night and is expected to appear in court this morning, and now it's our turn to fight for her and the other activists who might be charged following this during this monument removal. You can donate money to help with bail and legal fees. Here, again, she's released. They have a telephone number, which you can see on this on the post that we'll post up. But it just I'm just trying to.
I love what she did, man. I mean, that was gangster. That's what you call gangster, man. I got total respect for that.
So it says, this is how you do it. Protesters take down Confederate statue in North Carolina instead of crying. Hashtag, this is not us.
This is not us. Hashtag it, guys. This is not us.
Hashtag, this is not us. The beautiful people in Durham, North Carolina, wasted no time whatsoever to tear down one of the city's Confederate monuments during an emergency protest to stand in solidarity with the counter-protesters in Charlottesville, Virginia. The statue, erected more than a century ago, was of a Confederate soldier known as Old Joe, and it stood in front of the Alachua County Administrative Building. For the past 2 years, Alachua County has been in the process of finding it a new home. Back in May of 2017, Alachua County Board of Commissioners made the decision to remove the statue, stating that they didn't think the current location in front of the Alachua County Administrative Building wasn't an appropriate place for the state since it's a busy public area. Mark Sexton, a county spokesperson, told CNN. But locals were sick of waiting, and they went on Muammar Gaddafi style and pulled that ish down to the jubilant chants and cheers of the protesters. Folks kicked and taunted the crumbled monument, and it was glorious. Law enforcement was on the scene, monitoring the event, which took place on county property, and no arrests were made. Not everyone was pleased with the event, however, and North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper tweeted, "The racism and deadly violence in Charlottesville is unacceptable, but there is a better way to remove these monuments." So that's just a little bit of that.
This all stems from Trump. Because he's raging on this hate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you remember, since you said Charlottesville, because they had the whole rally, and then it turned into a whole bunch of violence, and we're going to get into that too.
And so
it ties in with this.
Mm-hmm. And so it's also saying that she was charged with participation in a riot with property damage in excess of $1,500 and inciting others to riot where property damage exceed $1,500, both felonies as well as damage to real property and disorderly conduct by injury to a statue, both misdemeanors. She used a ladder to scale the podium on which the Confederate soldier monument had stood since 1924, then climbed the statue and wrapped the strap around it so other protesters could pull it down. Thompson was given $10,000 unsecured bond and is scheduled to appear in court Wednesday morning. It says, "Let me be clear, no one is getting away with what happened." This is coming from Deputy Durham County Sheriff Mike Andrews. "We will find the people responsible." I guess there was some other people that was involved. But, you know, she's tired as well as so many others. Do you feel this was the right action to take? If you do, why? If you don't, why? But yes, like you said, this is all in correlation to Charlottesville, Virginia.
Raleigh violence.
Right.
Raleigh and violence, actually.
Raleigh and violence.
Yeah. And I mean, I have the story on that too. There's so much that came with it. And then they had the suspect who ran over people in the crowd. I'm going to touch on that too. But with Takaya Thompson, this is the thing that I'm looking at.
She Takaya or Takia?
Takia. I guess it's Takia. I was saying Takaya. I don't know if it's Takaya.
Takaya. We're gonna.
Why they just single out her though? There was other people involved in trying to take down the Confederate monument statue.
Including there were some Europeans that was involved with this as well?
Yes, ma'am. And they just happened to just single her out, though. Oh, I get it because she's black. That nigger, how dare she?
We just don't like to talk about this colorism and racism thing. We just don't like to talk about it, but it needs to be talked about because it's being put on TV. It's being put in our faces,
Yep.
and it's something that needs to be addressed.
Yep. It does
You
need to
know,
be addressed. You know.
You get things and people say offline to me, they won't say it necessarily on my Facebook, but from time to time I get those Facebook inboxes. Oh, I don't think that you should talk about it. Why?
People
why?
say that?
Yeah, why? Why shouldn't it? If you feel fabulous to want to tell me stuff like that, and I'm like, why? We just need to be quiet on it. What the hell? A lot of us been quiet for a very long time. It's time to open your damn mouth.
No, it's time, man. Come on, stop it.
It's time.
What's wrong with you niggas? Damn.
It's time to open your mouth. Like,
what's wrong with y'all? I'm not saying you gotta go around and be rah, but goddamn.
So what is it? Are you scared that if you speak up, your European friends or other races that you get along with, they will no longer be your friend because you're going to speak on consciousness and your consciousness. You're gonna look at it from both sides. You're gonna speak both sides about it.
Oh well, man.
Is that what it is?
If you want to be real, let's be real about it. We have no friends anyway. If you look at it in reality, black people have no friends. I don't care if you is cool with other races. We have no friends, no way. Because we not like everybody else. We got a different struggle than everybody else. Ain't nobody going to relate. So, come on. So, let's be clear here, okay? So, if you lose friends, all the hell well. We ain't alone in this world anyway as black people. So, what's new? Okay, life goes on. What can you do? We gotta stop with this scary stuff, man. This is annoying. It's fucking annoying. What's wrong, y'all? What's wrong?
I don't know.
Good God.
I don't know. I don't know. We have a problem with speaking about race, white supremacy, colorism. We definitely have an issue when we speak about our own race and getting our own shit together. We definitely don't want society to know that we have struggles within our own people. That's like a hush hush, don't talk about it, just shut up, sweep it underneath the rug, but let's keep it in the community. But we don't even deal with it in the community because we have so much prejudice within our own community. It's so sad, however you look at it, in our own community, outside of our community.
It's just crazy.
It's just crazy across the board.
It's just crazy.
I don't get it.
Now, I want to say this though. Solange Knowles spoke on Takia Thompson's situation, and this is before she deleted her Twitter. Okay, she said in her Twitter post, "Deleting my Twitter soon, but before I dip, what we gonna pull up and what we got to do to get my new hero, Takia Thompson, free." Okay, so and then she posted another message. I think this is from one of her songs, if I'm not mistaken. So she said, "Been trying to study myself, been trying to practice self-preservation during this time and not give racist ugly ass fuckboys who reek of citronella my energy so that I can preserve my spirit to perform this album. Fuck white supremacists, fuck Nazis, fuck your stale ass, bland ass monuments, fuck asking folks to be graceful. My son's first day of school has been in the midst of seeing these bullshit images that still tell him this system was built to be against him. How mofo supposed to have a fresh start with education seeing this shit? Thinking about demanding he not be required to take American history because its deep, dark, rooted ugliness continues to live right now, right before our eyes." Yeah, so that's a message. Okay. At first it kind of looked like a little, spoken word, but it's actually just her feelings on the whole Takia Thompson situation and just the whole social injustice in fucking America. It's just fucking ridiculous, man. And I feel on what she said. Fuck it all, man. We can't get the proper education. We don't have the many resources financially, even to live, to eat. We go through injustice with the police brutality, the violence with them. I mean, we go through so much, man. And you think we supposed to give a fuck about a monument that has no representation for our people? Well, we got other bigger shit to worry about. Who gives a fuck about a damn
Old Joe.
Right, old Joe Confederate monument.
Old Joe.
He was racist any fucking way. Who the fuck we give? We don't give a damn about this shit. Maybe them white people do. I'm sure they do. Who gives a fuck, man? I mean, we got other things to focus on here. It's bigger. It's bigger here. Okay. So, but I wanted to read what she said, far as Takia Thompson, and I mean, Solange always been very real and vocal. Mm-hmm. So this is nothing new. So I wanted to read that a little bit. And if you watch Democracy Now!, Takia Thompson actually had an interview on there. She spoke on that whole incident of her taking down the Confederate monument. So if you guys can check that out and and look at the interview. I mean, she articulated very well. She held herself very gracefully, and so I respect everything she's done. She's a strong sister. I stand by her. She did something that made sense. She stood for something. I mean, because I'm tired of seeing all this niggardry on social media, niggas stealing, killing each other, leaving babies in the car, doing stuff to babies in the house, all kind of niggardry going on. I'm not talking about Europeans, I'm talking about black people. I'm focused on us right now. I've been seeing a lot of degenerate bullshit on social media. So to see that was it was wonderful, it was great, it was refreshing. It was something that was, it was it just made sense, man. And yeah, there's nothing else to say. She really took some action. I can say that.
Yeah, she did. She did. She definitely got the spotlight. And in conjunction, as we know, with that as well as this is the Charlottesville, Virginia, that shit that went on. There's a small article of a 21-year-old black woman from Virginia that says, "I can tell you that the racism you saw in Charlottesville isn't new. It's always. We are past the point of ignorance." This was done August 12, 2017 at 1:45 p.m. It's a time and place I will not forget. The Unite the Right rally became violent in a way that was unnecessary and evil. Cars plowed through crowds of people, taking one life and injuring many others. Guns pointed, fists flying. It was chaos in a way that can only be understood through photos. Although Charlottesville, Virginia is now a place ingrained in everyone's minds, it was a name I knew far before this attack. Growing up in Northern Virginia is a different atmosphere than the rest of our southern states. Suburbia at its finest. North Virginia as Nova or No-VA, as they call it, was a safe haven of diverse upper middle class neighbors. Charlottesville, though 3 hours south, isn't unfamiliar. A majority of my graduating class were penning for acceptance into the University of Virginia, the college that gives Charlottesville so much life. A lively town with bright students and a charm that can only be found in a southern university. I go on to concerts, visited friends, and I could have never known that it would become a place that holds so much weight in our country. But this isn't really about Charlottesville, Virginia. Yes, the Unite the Right white supremacist rally became violent in a way that was unnecessary and evil in ways that I will never truly understand. But Charlottesville could have been your hometown. It could have been your college town. It's not about where or when, but why. Why now? I'm sure everyone has a different reason why in their head. The president, the political climate, chance. But to me, a 21-year-old black American now isn't a surprise. If I ask my mother if she is shocked, she wouldn't be, because she spent her life getting side glances for being with a white man, for having mixed race children. Those people have always been there. Maybe their actions were charged by a disrespectful president or inexcusable societal privilege, but they have always been there. This is history, an ugly history. So what now? Do we sit like ducks and hope for a better future? Do we protest and march? Do we tweet and repost as many supportive things as we can? I wish I knew the perfect way to show justice for everyone in Charlottesville, for every person of color who thinks that could have been me. The moment I heard about what happened in my home state, I felt hopeless. It is easy to say, well, I guess this is how it is now, and move on with your life and hope your blinders keep you from feeling too much. I wish it was still as easy as that. After a few days of reading articles and media through reluctant eyes and a painful grimace, I realized that something has to change. And so, I mean, it continues to go on from this young black woman. And, yeah, it's showing a picture. I mean, we're definitely going to post up more, you know. It's sad. It's really, really sad, but it's true. People tend to think a lot of times that, you know, when you say you come from up north, like, you know, New York, Philly, Jersey, or whatever, that, you know, racism, DC or whatever, that racism is not, that we don't experience it. But I'm here to tell you, I personally have had experiences with racism from just other races, Europeans, Indians, Asians, cops. You know, just because people may not wear them sheets
Don't mean they're not.
don't mean that they're not. They're in their
Racist.
suit and ties. They're at your jobs.
People pretend very well.
They put on that face. And it's such, I mean, it's really sad. You know, we have that experience up there as much as South. We do.
Racism,
So get that out of y'all head that no, it's just down south. Nope, it's up north.
racism is everywhere. Though.
Everywhere. You know, it's just, so yes. What plan of action can we do? What can we do? When we say, yeah, you know, we want to work together or we want to come together and be proactive, do you really mean it? Because, you know, the stronger the numbers, the better. Or are we just going to talk? We're going to have several meetups and nothing at the end of the day is happening.
Right.
I mean, I'm definitely open to people's solutions, ideas.
What is the solutions?
Right. What is a solution?
And
Is there a solution?
Oh,
You know?
It is. It's just people got to take it to plan of action, though.
You know.
What it needs to be a plan thought out, and then it needs to be executed. I mean, you can talk about it all day, but if you're not executing it, what good is it?
Would you be ready to go to war? Would you be ready to carry a gun? Would you be ready to stand up? I mean, I just think it's just questions that I'm just throwing out, just, you know, for, you know, food for thought, so to speak, you know, give you something to think about, because we got to stop thinking that, you know, we living in like a this is real what's going on.
It's real life
real.
shit right here. Right here. Real life, man. This ain't no fairy tale. This ain't no dream. This is no no. This is real life, and we got to deal with it. You can't run from it. There's no more running from it.
You know, you had these politicians that's in Charlottesville. I mean, I don't mean no disrespect, but the majority of them, they're Europeans, and they're more than likely Republicans. And if they could get rid of us all in one spray, they probably would. I'm going to post them up. I'm not going to even read
Less niggas to worry about.
You know, and they right, and they love it when we kill each other. They get off on that. They love it when we kill each other, severely beat and or hurt each other, do harm to each other
All
psychologically,
Yep.
spiritually, financially. Like, they love that. A lot of them love it. We got to get back.
But we gotta get out of that though. We gotta stop killing each other and hurting each other. Because it's not serving no purpose. But I do want to read this brother here who actually got beat up in the whole Charleston violence. It wasn't even a rally no more. It was just violence. I want to read this real quick. So this brother name is right here. Wait a minute, y'all. Because I want to get the... Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah. So this brother named Marcus Martin, who was a Charlottesville attack survivor, and he was saying it was a war terror attack. Like, this was a terror attack. And his wife actually, no, I think because there was another black guy who got ran over too. But his wife came to his aid though. You know, when he got ran over, she helped to pull him up and stuff like that. But he's recovering. But the European lady that suffered in that, who got ran over too, she didn't make it. So she got killed when the suspect ran her over. You have the article on him?
No.
Because I have the article on him, actually. His name... Okay, so this guy name is... Where is he at?
Oh, and also
Got
while
him.
you're looking, oh yeah, I remember that.
James...
Also,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Just a quick one. Future was due to do a concert in Charlottesville, and he has postponed that.
I'm sure he did.
And I'm glad that he did. I'm glad that he was looking beyond, it's about the money. I'm glad that he was looking like for social justice.
And for his safety.
And for
You gotta
safety
look out for your
also,
safety,
like,
man.
because...
Don't put yourself in the fire.
Please don't for some
It just
money.
ain't safe.
It's not safe at all. So I'm glad that he took a different stance on that. We have so much to cover, and it's almost time to get off. But we're going to have to do another show outside of Monday.
Yeah, we're going to have to
talk about some more stuff because we have so much more to talk about. But yeah, I remember that. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess we can just end it with him, and then we just going to do a part 2 to this. So, because there's so much to cover. All right. So James Alex Fields, he was the suspect in running the car through the crowd at the Charlottesville rally/violence event, okay? Because that's just what it was, all right? Just one day after white supremacists and Nazis filled the streets of Charlotte's VA, thought it was North Carolina, but I guess not, to spew hate and incite violence, new details have emerged about the terrorists responsible for the fatality linked to the rally. His name is James Alex Fields, was arrested and charged with 1 count of second-degree murder, 3 counts of malicious wounding, and 1 count of hit and run, intended failure to stop with injury after plowing into a group of counter-protesters, leaving 1 dead and 19 others injured. According to New York Post, James Alex Fields was an Army dropout turned terrorist who was very infatuated with Nazis. Fields reportedly rolled back in 2015 but dropped out after 4 months for reasons that remain unknown. So, yes, he's a suspect. I wanted to read who was the victim who succumbed to her wounds, actually. Because they don't really speak about her too much. But you heard about that guy, you say, right? No, I mean, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, I just thought, I don't know. I just think it's just crazy. A lot of it is just crazy.
That's pretty much the only word to say. It is crazy.
It's just, a lot of it, man. Like, okay, I got it. Her name is Heather Heyer. She was 32 years old.
And she
was killed today with protesting neo-Nazis in Charlottesville, Virginia. So it's Virginia, instead of North Carolina. She's not here anymore, and she was trying to fight against hate. And I think she had a Facebook too. So she's the one that succumbed to her wound. She was killed.
And she is European.
She is European. She's not black.
She's not black. She's European. So
there you go.
May she rest in peace. My condolences, our condolences to her family.
Yeah, she tried to do something.
She tried to do something.
I give her credit, respect to that.
Absolutely.
But I think it's deeper with this.
Yes.
I think it's a conspiracy. Okay? All of it is planned out. Orchestrated. Everything is orchestrated. But that's a whole nother conversation. But we got to have a part 2 to this.
Definitely have to have a part 2 to it. But we thank you guys who came on to listen. The replay will be available tonight. So please, even if you didn't catch the live show right now, please listen to the replay. Leave your thoughts, your comments. It's all good. No judgment zone here. Definitely. We thank you so. We can never stop thanking you guys for tuning in to our show. I know some people probably still are used to us putting our shows on our personal page, but we no longer do our shows on our personal page. No. We do it through our business Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC business page, and or we do Zoom.
It's just a lot easier for people to access. It's just
so much easier to access for our business page. You don't have to like us, but I encourage you to like our business page, Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. I also encourage you to like our Facebook group too, Chit Chat Chew Radio Show. Like us, make it go viral. Invite other friends to like both of our Facebook business page and Facebook group. Again, our Facebook group is Chit Chat Chew Radio Show. Our business page is Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. If you're interested in being on our show, you can hit us up on our business email, which is chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com. Again, that's chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com if you're interested in being on our show. We air every Monday. We're going to start doing shows, outside of Monday to keep you guys in the loop with things. Also, you can go to our website to check out any former guests, any information on our website, which is www.chitchatchewshow.com. Again, that's www.chitchatchewshow.com. Check us out. We're always updating. And, if you want to be on our guest list,
guest list.
We have that for you to sign up to be on our guest list. We have soaps, a limited supply, and we have small and large. They're vegetarian, vegan friendly, made with great oils and butters and all that good stuff. So definitely the prices for the large bars on there, prices for the small bars on there. Definitely hit us up. We appreciate the support in advance. Also, we have an Etsy page for our soaps as well, www.etsy.com. You click in the search box, Chit Chat Chew Soap, and there, again, the large bar, the small bar, they're called swirls. They smell great. They're wonderful. And I'm not just saying that. I've heard awesome feedback. So that is just great. And you can tell them the rest.
All right. So our social media info, where you can find us all over the cyber web. We have a Facebook page, of course, Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. We also have a Facebook page. You guys should join our Facebook group. Chit Chat Chew Radio Show. Just reach out to us if you want to join, or if you just want to go ahead and hit that button that says join group, please do so, and we will add you to the group. We have a Instagram at Chit Chat Chew Show. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. We have a Twitter, which is at chit_chat_chew. Once again, at chit_chat_chew. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We have a YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like our videos. Make sure you comment our videos as well. We will love your feedback. It'll be definitely appreciated. But our channel is called Chit Chat Chew Show. Find us on there. We have a SoundCloud. I have everything updated on there. Our past shows and our recent shows, and that's in the same thing with YouTube. So our SoundCloud, make sure you follow us on there at Chit Chat Chew Show. We have a Vimeo. I'm still updating that, but I have some of the videos on there. Well, some of the live sessions that we've been covering. So make sure you follow us on Vimeo at Chit Chat Chew Show. And that's it.
Yes, and also within that, also within the website, we do have sponsorship packages available. If you're interested, interested in your business being on our show, it explains, each package, what it includes to be on our website, and if you want to be, announced, for a better word, or have your music played on rotation, like it has all that. As well. We're actually going to be putting out some packages for people who might be interested. We're going to put that out on the social media, on Facebook, wherever we can reach it. So if you're interested, small or big, let us know. Also with the music, that's more on Uno's end. Though I do listen, but that's more on Uno's end. But however, we still make a collective decision. So
absolutely. Now did you discuss the guests, like if they wanted to get on? Not the artists, but just guests.
Guests, if you're interested, again, if you're a solo entrepreneur, if you're working with somebody, if you're a small business owner, activist, you name it, you want to get your voice heard, if you're a large corporation, big or small, if you're interested, hit that Chit Chat Chew _show at yahoo.com up. Send it to my attention. I will definitely follow up. We're most definitely interested in like-minded people. No stupidity. Please, I cannot stress enough how communication is very important. I will not chase you. I will not. I will reach out to you. I will let you know what's up. And I would hope that you would get back to me in a timely fashion. I understand about life. We all have life.
Oh, yeah, we understand all that.
I do. I'm not
because we can't be on top of everything.
Right.
Certain times we slip, too.
I'm not.
We can be honest here, right? We slip, too.
We slip, we forget life situations. So, yes, I get it. But please,
once we get in contact, please, yes.
A timely fashion, that's all I ask. Communication. Let us communicate on both ends so we both know where everybody is at and things can run as smoothly as possible and we can have great, awesome shows. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that.
Even how I feel about it on my end too. Yes, please communicate. Don't just assume anything. Don't leave us hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Like, whatever I'm telling you, I need a reply back. So that way we be on the same page, we have understanding, and then everything runs smooth.
Mm-hmm. Because we know what assuming does. It makes an ass out of you. So let's not do that.
Right. We ain't got time.
Let's not do that.
We move on like we'll do. Hey, we don't get a response or we not getting what we need, we just move on. It's not a big deal.
It's no big deal, and this is not geared towards no one or two people. This is speaking in general.
Generally speaking.
In general.
Before motherfuckers getting their feelings and think somebody talking about them, or you directed something, ain't no direct at nobody. If I want direct, I'll just tag you. How about that?
How about I just call you? 9 times out of 10, I got most of people's numbers that interview anyway. So yeah, so we're not doing that before people, like you said, get in their feelings. So that's what we want to say about all of that. Again, we thank Steph, Bree, and Joshua for getting on this evening.
Thank all of you guys
Definitely
for being
share
on the
it
live
with,
show.
Definitely share it with people.
Yeah.
You guys, we're going to put it on, so you're going to get a chance to see the replay. That's really all I have to say, except for always when I end, self-care, love yourself, head to toe, your temple, head to toe.
Forgot about the artist, though. Me.
Artist.
Before you end. You was about to end, right?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you missed me?
No, go ahead. My fault. Go ahead with the artist.
No,
thing.
you good. So
I was ending for myself, knowing that you
oh,
still
I
have
thought
to
you
continue.
gonna end it.
No.
Oh no,
No. Go ahead. My self-care. Love yourself. That's where I be at.
I agree with you though. Self-care is
Please
first.
do. Love yourself. Love yourself.
All
No,
right.
it's okay.
Yes, it is. Hold on. Yes, it is.
No, it's okay.
No, it's okay, damn.
No, it's okay. With no explanation. How about that?
You
No,
ain't
it's
gotta
okay.
explain shit. We
with
all
no,
grown.
With no explanation. It's
We all
okay.
grown.
It's okay at the end of the day.
We all grown. Come on now. All right, artists. If you want your music played, send it to chitchatchu_show@yahoo.com. It has to mean something. It has to be something that we can feel. It can't be garbage. So we're looking for particular things we're looking in there. You know, it could be lyrical, it could be creative, it could be real, it can be different. If you got some social commentary with it, something that's just real, something that's just authentic, something that we can feel, please send it. Because, we're not, look, we get enough platforms for mainstream music, the same kind of cookie cutter music. We're not here with that. Because we want the musical content to match the social content. So it has to be the same frequency. So we're looking for something that's authentic, okay? Just to sum it up. So send your music, whatever. Just send your music, and I'll check it out. And if it's something that's dope or it's cool, we definitely gonna play it. And that's what I want to say with that. Whether you're a rapper, whether you're a singer, if you're a spoken word artist, please, if you got some material, please send it to our email. We would love to hear it. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, I guess we're done until next time. We'll probably do a pop-up part 2 with this before, but shut up. Before next show. So, good people, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your week, and sit back and enjoy your tea, a cup of tea, coffee, or a glass of wine. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Sure.